Salutations, YouTube. Rookie Stacker back again. So I've been going through this progression of purchases up until I get to real time. In my last video, I said I was only one purchase away before being completely up to date. I was actually wrong. I had another purchase in between what I thought was my last purchase. My last purchase happened to be on Black Friday. This is the purchase that was maybe a week before that. Okay, so we got two more videos before we're completely up to date. But this is a special purchase. One, it was one where I was determined to not make a rookie mistake. Okay, and two, it was my biggest purchase all at once. So, nice little double header here in this video. One, I was so determined not to make a rookie mistake with this purchase. Okay, and I think for the most part, I got the best value I had gotten to date. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So the coin shop that I went to, that I had mentioned in the first two videos, that I was going to test coins, I hadn't purchased from them. So I had purchased, remember my first video, from that pawn shop. And because it was a pawn shop and I'm just a super overthinker and high anxiety person when it comes to finances, I was really worried about those eagles possibly being fake. But I mean, obviously a pawn shop is going to try not to sell anything fake, but I just wanted that peace of mind. So I took it to a local coin shop here in Oakland. Sorry, I just hit the camera. I got there, they verified the coins, they were real, and it kind of taught me a lesson that sometimes the finishes are going to be different. Like certain coins have been through different things. So sometimes, one might have kind of that silky smooth sheen on it, and the other one might still look shiny but have a little bit of wear, and I was glad to learn that. But anyway, then I went to the flea market and I did my flea market purchase, and I was so worried about those Morgan dollars and things like that, so I took those into the coin shop and they verified those for me. So this coin shop had been really good in terms of verifying, but I felt like I was getting this vibe where they were kind of getting sick of me because I wasn't purchasing anything from them. I was just bringing in coins that I was purchasing from other places and having them verify their authenticity. And one, I've been wanting to find a local coin shop that I can build some type of relationship with, because that's what Silver Seeker and Yankee Stacker and Silver Dragons all recommend, is building relationships with your local coin shops. So I didn't want this kind of bad vibe when they saw me where, oh, here he comes again bringing in coins he bought from somewhere else, right? And two, it's just kind of rude, right? Like I wouldn't want somebody to keep showing up to my house to check the validity of something and never contribute anything to my house. So I decided that I would purchase these 8 eagles from them. Okay, and at the time, silver was trading just around $25 still. It hadn't moved all that much, and they were charging the same that the pawn shop was charging, which was $6 over spot. And I actually have the receipt here. I got 8 silver eagles at 31 even. So they charged me 31 even for all 8, which came out to $248. Okay, and 31 even was fair. Obviously, I also paid some taxes, and I thought it was a fair price, and also I just kind of wanted to build rapport, so I didn't really mind the price too much. Clearly, it's still in that kind of range where I've kind of put myself, where as long as I'm not paying closer to 40, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with it. Obviously, silver has come down a lot since then. I think it's probably around 22 or 23 at spot right now. But what I've noticed is the the price at the coin shops hasn't really changed. So instead of bringing their premium price down, they're keeping their premium price, or they're actually charging more on their premium prices. So for example, the same shop that I bought these coins from, which is the Oakland Coin and Jewelry Exchange, they're still charging like 31 for Eagle. So now instead of having a $6 premium, they just have like a $9 premium. So it really wouldn't have mattered too much. But the one thing I was really happy about was I finally got some brilliant uncirculated coins. So they're all 2016 for the date. And they threw in these flips for me for free. So when I purchased, they just gave me these flips already on the coins, which was cool. And I have not taken any of these out of these flips, like not even for a second. So they've only been in these flips. I want them to remain in his best condition as possible, not from any type of collector standpoint, but just because I know that some shops, when you go to sell them back, will give you a little bit higher of a premium if they're in really good shape. So because these were already brilliant uncirculated, I wanted to try to keep them as close to that as possible in hopes that maybe one day when I sell them, I get more than just $1 or something over spot. So these are all 2016s, and I bought 8 of them. Okay, so, and I think that was on a Saturday. Okay, so now let's talk about this nice big tube. Okay, on the following day, the Sunday, I went back to the flea market. Remember, the previous Sunday before that, I had gone and met a guy who sold me some eagles for $29 per eagle. I bought 7 of them. He gave them to me for $29. And I had texted him. We exchanged numbers, and I texted him and asked him, "Hey, will you be at the flea market tomorrow? I'd love to buy some more eagles. Can we still do $4 over spot?" Because again, spot was kind of going down, but not too much. And he said, "Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. We can negotiate there." So I kind of felt like maybe he was going to try to ask me for more. Which I didn't mind. Again, as long as the prices were fair and I didn't have to pay taxes, I wouldn't have minded. But I got there and texted him, "Hey, I'm here," and he wasn't there. He ended up not going, and I was kind of bummed out because one, the only reason I went that day, my wife didn't want to go. The only reason I really went was to buy more eagles at a better price, and two, he didn't tell me that he wasn't coming. The last I spoke to him the day before, he told me he was going. So I was kind of bummed out. So I just kind of walked around. I was already there, already paid to get in. And there was a gold and silver, stand there that I hadn't seen before. And it looked like this guy, not only did he sell precious metals, but he also bought it. So it seemed like just he was a regular there. Everybody knew him. But he was kind of slippery. I'll use that as a word. Because I initially inferred about some eagles that I saw in his display, and I asked what he wanted for him. His reply was $65 per coin. Now immediately I felt like, okay, maybe he thinks I don't know what I'm doing, and in a lot of ways I don't, but I at least know that an American Eagle does not carry a $30 plus premium for just typical old cold coins. So I told him, well, hey, that sounds pretty ridiculous because spot right now is about 24. That day spot was 24. And most coin shops are only charging $6 over spot. He said, oh, okay, you know your numbers. Okay, I'll come down to 35. And I said, well, I can just go to a coin shop and get 35. And he goes, well, go to a coin shop. Okay, I walked away. But it really didn't sit well with me because, one, I don't like that he came off in such a way where he's kind of just trying to get over on me and take money. And then two, I really wanted some eagles that day. I was really looking forward to getting them from the other guy. So I went back and I said, look, negotiate with me. Like what can you do? He goes, well, how many are you going to buy? I said, I don't know. How many do you have? And then he pulls out this tube. He says, I have a whole tube right here. Will you buy this whole tube? And I said, for the right price. Now, I did not expect to be buying an entire tube of silver eagles that day. But it was kind of this, at that point, it was kind of this, it was kind of this game, you know, and I'm, you know, me being who I am, I'm a former college athlete, I'm highly competitive. It was almost like this competitive edge in me where I was just saying like, nah, I gotta see if I can talk this guy down. I kind of took it as a challenge. And so I said, what's the absolute best you can do? He said, I'll do 30 per coin, which puts the entire tube at $600. I said, 550 and you got a deal. To which he replied, no. He laughed at me. He said, I'll take $10 off. $590. I pulled out my money, and this was kind of a tactic I was using. I pulled out my money right there. And I just kind of held it in my hand and stood there and acted like I was thinking. And I said, I'm sorry, man, I can't do more than 550. And when I said that, he kind of said, okay, 550. Pay me right now, 550. And here's the crazy part. I start counting out the money, and I forgot that I had purchased a churro while I was there. So I actually only had $545. And he laughed. He said, I'm basically giving you these. I'm not even selling these to you. I'm giving them to you for $545. And he gave me the tube, and he took the cash, and he goes, you owe me $5. So technically, when you do the math, I got these for $27.50, which at the time was about $3.50 over spot. Crazy. $3.50 over spot. Isn't that nuts? Here's and they look pretty good. Here's one of the BU ones from the coin shop, and then here's one of the ones that he sold me. They look pretty good. They are still cold. There's one in here that's really cold. You can kind of see it through it's got a lot of toning on it. But and maybe I'm using that term wrong. Maybe these aren't cold. These are, BU, and they just sometimes have toning. I'm not sure. But he gave me this whole tube. So there's that video. 8 eagles from the coin shop that I was using to validate coins I wasn't sure about. And an entire tube from a flea market dealer that I had to fight and wrestle with to get a price that I wanted. All of them 2009. Okay, here's that one that had all that toning on it. But I don't really care. It's an eagle, and I really am enjoying stacking these. Okay, so this was my biggest purchase to date. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that's a little bit longer of a video. Until next time, my next video, I will show you guys everything that I picked up on Black Friday, and then we will definitely be completely up to date. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, liking it, and drop a comment down there. Tell me what I could do better. Just tell me hello if you want to. And if you don't like the video, I apologize. I'll get better in the future. Rookie Stacker out.